Well, today I'm in a little bit of cover at the moment. It's extremely windy, so there could be a bit of interference when I'm talking on the camera or to the camera, and I apologise. And I suspect it might be windy in a minute. But on the right is another. This is quite Grendon Dock. This is quite a famous dry dock, this, and a lot of the working boats over the years came and had work done here, but it's not completely enclosed. If you look, the top's covered, but the actual everything else, it's open all round it. But plenty of the working boats are worked on in there, and like I said, that's a famous one. Some working boats need a little bit more tender loving care than others. That, I think, is at a point of no return. Well, Bernadette's just going ahead. At the Atherstone flight, we've got facilities at the bottom here for your toilet, or your cassette toilet anyway, your rubbish and water, or you can do it at the top, but both are always busy. So Bernadette's gone ahead to see what's going on. Toilet, water, rubbish, all done. So now we're setting off to start the Atherstone flight, or the Avastin flight, sorry. Well, Bernadette, are you ready for the locks?
I am. I've got my lipstick on.
Oh, that's fine. We'll get it done very fast like that. Well, this is the Atherstone flight. 11 locks. I think we might be stopping further up for the shortcut into the town of Atherstone for the shopping, save doing it at the top. They are a bit notorious, these locks, like they all are on the Coventry. They actually are very, very slow to fill, but very fast to empty. Well, that seems to be on all locks on the Coventry. Well, I know you hear and see me more than Bernadette, but I can guarantee you Bernadette talks to everybody. He's non-stop, and she actually, well, I think she's more outgoing than me, but because she does so much crocheting as well as all this talking she does all the time as well, we only see her in certain vlogs, but I'll try to encourage you to be on it a bit more as we go along, because she can be quite entertaining. Anyway, it's a beautiful day, just windy, and we've just started the Avastin flight. This is only the second one of 11 what we'll be doing, so we'll just carry on, and I've got a few little snippets down the line as we go along, but I'll tell you them later. Another handy tip as well, sometimes when it's not hectic and you've got you know, there's not loads of boats around you, but there's plenty of times Bernadette just gets off the boat and I don't bother tying up, because you just can hang about until the lock's ready. And also, if the lock needs to be emptied, and this is another easy tip what you can get used to, just as the lock opens, if you just keep your tiller straight and that, you just ride the water as though you're going along. The water shoots past you and the boat hardly moves. That's another little tip after all them years, after my 40 years boating, as they say. But I do that plenty of time. It saves getting off and tying up. and that does make life a bit easier as well. Well, a few vlogs ago, you know me in locks, if you can see this one now, if you look at that one, just there, just go in a little bit, that one is 2,070 kilograms. Now, on our little journey, me and lock gates, I always I keep looking. We've had 1,200, we've had 1,400.
Yes, they are heavy, Keith.
Yes, I know they're everywhere in that, yes. And I think we've had a 1,700, and now that's 2,050 kilograms. So they do vary tremendously. Absolutely. It's all to do with the balance of the gate though. Yes, I am. Well, doing her hard work again as usual. This has got 11 locks, and I'll guarantee you she'll want to walk the lock. Another quickie, just another quickie. This is simple things like, but I just inform you. You know when you get old houses and all that, and you want the brickwork to stop moving out? Well, these things here are exactly the same, and they hold the walls in, so that the walls, you know, haven't or very limited chance of coming in on the lock. Well, I just thought I'd give you that bit of info as well. Me and bits of info. Sometimes it's decent stuff, and other times you think, why is he bothered? But I'll carry on regardless. The Coventry Canal's a funny one, because we do have it like a strange connection to this canal. Perhaps it's because our boat was built on this canal as well. It's not in our favourites list, but in some strange way we actually enjoy doing this canal. Many other people don't like it, but yeah, it's not too bad at all. Another thing as well, what we're seeing more and more of, like the local Neanderthals have been doing their little bit of anarchy, and it's coming more and more on canals, that, and I hate it. Right, well, I'm just in the lock. Again, takes a while for them to fill on this flight, but I have a question for you. See if you can work anything out. The town of Atherstone is very close to this flight of locks, but my question is, and I'm not giving you the answer yet to this, but I suspect the people of Avastin are already aware of it, so we'll get rid of the Atherstone crowd. But for all the other people, what historic event takes place on Shrove Tuesday in Atherstone? Now, like I say, I won't give the answer, and I'll tell you later. Wow, I can't believe it. Here we've got volunteer lock keepers earlier than thought. Normally they do the last 5, but there's one here and we're on number 8. Well, long list may continue. It'll make life a lot easier. Heck of a lot easier, this. Okay, I'll give you another question as well about Avastin, or Atherstone, whichever you want. When we come to the top of these locks, that'll be lock number 1 when we finish. There's something else there which is now abandoned, but which Avastin, or Atherstone, was immensely famous for. And I mean famous, really famous. It put the place on the map. And again, I'll let you have a think about it, and the people from Atherstone are banned again. Again, I'll let you have a think, and we'll see what you come up with, and I'll give you your answer later. But this was near Lock 7, what we've come through. This was incredibly busy with coal. Like I said, Coventry is like that. And also, so this is Baddeley Basin, like we said, but also, and again, I'm trying to do it as well as my boating. Also here was a very, very busy boat builder at one time, Barry Hawkins Boat Builders, but the financial crisis put an end to it, and he actually made some very nice boats here. You know, they were half decent. Now there's little bits being done here now, but it's nothing like it used to be. So we're in this lock, and like I've told you before, these are notoriously fast emptiers, all the Avastin flight, and slow fillers. Now if you look here, every single lock up here had one of these, and this is a side pound, but this is the only one what resembles anything like it used to do. And what happens normally, if I look off, I'll get off the boat for this one, what happens normally, if you look through, the water comes from the top, shoots through and out with a bywash. But this held water to assist this lock to fill up, and other ones, but they've been removed. But this one, which we used to use, and now it's saying we can't, but that one you can see there, you used to be able to use that, and you open that, and that pound used to empty into the lock, so it filled quicker. But now they've obviously put a lock on it, and we can't use it, and put do not operate this paddle sign. But I think that's the only one on the 11th flight what's still here, and everything gets dated. Just thought I'd show you that one for your Historians people. These paddles, these things, 1910, if you look, and it's got it on there. So they've obviously been well made in the time. Well, we've nearly finished the Avastin flight. I mean, it is a doddle, another easy set of locks these, but it does get quite busy. But we've talked to people, helped people, got bits of information and everything on our way up, and that's how you enjoy a flight of locks when it's busy. The secret to life is communication. You talk to people, you find things out. If you don't communicate, you start to lose yourself in your own little world and your own little bubble. So I'd recommend anybody to communicate properly.
Table, you know. That's good.
Right, thank you very much.
Okay.
Hiya. Every time we come up here, this party, you've got this up to a fine earth, it's always good there.
Another glass cut boat.
Aye, yes.
Which engine's it got? John Deere?
Oh no, I'm a modernist, I just have a beta. It's just something about Atherstone. It's, see, I'm saying Atherstone now, you see, when I've always said Atherstone. But the town wants the canals, and I think these guys who do this top part of the Atherstone flight, I think I've never seen any better. They're always a really good group of people, and they just get it done and away we go, and it's so easy. Now, a bit ago I asked you a couple of questions and I said I'd get back to you. Well, I'll give you the first one now. When I was on about Shrove Tuesday and Avastin, and why is it something they do on a Shrove Tuesday, and I was saying if you could work it out, well, I'll tell you now. For over 800 years, since King John's time, in Long Street, which is the centre of Atherstone, the long road there, a football match takes place of some description. Now, all those years ago, the winning team, got a bag of gold. Now today, I would say it's deflation, but it's not the ball. Today, pub regulars and people generally still play the game in the high street, but the winner gets to take the ball home. So it's amazing, but that is a tradition here in Avastin, or Atherstone, whichever you want, what's been going on for over 800 years. So there you are. Another little bit of, is it nonsense or is it good to hear? Now, I've still got you the answer to the other one coming up later. Coming up the locks, I give you a question, and it was all about what was Atherstone famous for? And Bernadette will give you the answer. So here she is.
Atherstone was famous for hat making, and they also used to make hats in the war, and they made military hats then. So famous for hatting.
And believe it or not, that is a listed building, what you can see over there, and that was where they made hats. And Bernadette, am I right in saying it was in the 80s?
I think it closed in 1987.
So it closed in 1987. Now, the question is, when you look at all that, there's vandalism everywhere. What's going to happen to it if it's listed? And perhaps that's why it's still there, because it's very difficult to just demolish something what's listed. But that's another answer to another question what I give you, and that's the answer. That used to be famous for hatting. Well, we'll just come into the High Street now. This is the High Street in Atherstone, through the Ginnel. There's plenty of these around in these little places, and no doubt it'll be like many other little towns. Right, we're just walking down the High Street, or Long Street, and this is where the football takes place every Shrove Tuesday. I'd like to see it. I wonder what it looks like. It's the same as everywhere. Seeing all the way up there as well. So we are going to go and get some shopping at the Co-op, as they say. Oops. Wool shop. Bernadette stops for the wool shop.
Do you do any anchor, magic line cottons? You know, the variegated coloured cottons.
We do, as in knitting. Or
Oh,
sewing
crochet,
cotton.
right.
Oh no,
Yeah, knitting or crochet.
no, we don't do anchors.
No. I think it's called match plough, isn't it?
No. But we do variegated sewing threads, but not